Hey everybody, just wanted to make this video real quick. I was sitting on porch minding my own business, and I noticed all these sheriff's cars show up next door trying to investigate some kind of something going on over there. They couldn't get anybody to the door or get any questions answered, so the lady cop was nice enough to come try to conduct an investigation with me, at which time I told her, hey, I don't need to answer questions to you. I don't know what's going on over there, so I don't really wish to conversate with you anymore. And next thing you know, I was sitting in handcuffs for 20 minutes while they ran my name illegally, just for them to let me go because I had not committed a crime. So I just wanted to make this little video as they're all leaving, because now they've got ambulances and fire trucks and everything else. There was 4 sheriff's cars here. One of them left and an ambulance showed up, and 2 fire SUV trucks. Looks like one of the ambulances are driving away now. There's only 2 sheriff's cars left. That other ambulance just showed up probably 5 minutes ago. GC 613. That's the car with the female sheriff who illegally detained me, unlawfully asked me questions, told me she was conducting her investigation next door, and when I told her that I did not consent to being a part of her investigation, after already telling her that I did not know nothing about what went on next door or anything, she then decided to throw me in handcuffs until I was forced to give my name to her so that they can run my name. And of course, they all had the audacity to ask me, oh, well, you don't want to identify yourself because you got a warrant, Dustin? No, I just know my rights. And unless you suspect me of a crime, I am not required by law to identify myself to you. So we're gonna keep this camera on here. And see what's going on, just in case they try to start more shit. Sorry I didn't get the beginning of it all on film. I was actually working on my mini bike right here. Leave a comment in the description if you'd like me to make a video on that bad boy. But I had to put a new tire and do an oil change on it, so I was off over here in my own world minding my business when the sheriff showed up. There was 4 sheriff's cars at first, and they all kind of walked around and checked the house out next door over here. No one ever come out or answered or anything, so I guess the female officer thought it'd be all right to come over here and harass me, even though I had no idea what was going on. I was still forced to identify myself to her because once I told her my name was Dustin, all of a sudden they were looking for someone by the name of Dustin, conveniently. Because, yeah, Dustin is such a common name that I just happened to be around a neighborhood where the neighbor's name was Dustin, but I have no idea about it. How convenient. So let's film these bad boys. This is just north of Springfield, Missouri, Greene County Sheriff's Department. If you don't know where Springfield, Missouri is, we're southwestern portion of the state of Missouri, of which I have no affiliation, just for the record. I have no contract with the state, nor any other state or government of the continent of America, though they use a supposed invalid and void contract to charge against just normal everyday citizens trying to enjoy their life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, which is a constitutional right if you don't know your Constitution or your civil rights. which you should know, considering we've had wars in the past fighting for said civil rights, and we should never stop fighting for them. And it's unfortunate we're here in the heartland, in the Bible Belt, they call it, and we've still got these corrupt police officers forcing regular private citizens out here just minding their own business to identify themselves just for sake of record. Illegally detaining, putting them in handcuffs like they're just a common criminal, treating them as if they're a common criminal. And I'm not even afraid of it. They told me, "Oh, do you have warrants?" I said, "Nope, I just know my rights. I don't have to identify myself according to the law unless you suspect me of a crime or you have reasonable suspicion that I have committed a crime. You clearly have already made it clear to me that you were conducting an investigation next door involving someone else. And if I tell you that I do not consent to being a part of your investigation, then that's when you walk away as a public servant." But apparently, it's still the same out here. The badge and gun on the hip gives these public servants more power, supposedly. But we definitely need to stand up for our rights. Because I'm not one for being on private property somewhere where I'm allowed and fully aware of where I am and where I should be, minding my own business. I should not have to worry about being thrown in handcuffs because I refuse to tell my name when I'm not suspected of a crime, and told that I will be arrested if I don't identify myself. Like, is that all our peace officers are meant to do nowadays, is just threaten everybody with being put in a box like animals so that they can make a few bucks off of them while they're in there? I don't think so. I've had my fair share of run-ins with the sheriffs around here, and there ain't not one of them a God-fearing man, so they don't have any right putting "In God We Trust" on the side of their vehicles. If any of them had any kind of a heart, they wouldn't be treating regular old people like this. It's sad. It's a sad thing, but we're going to stand here. There's still 2 sheriff's cars and the ambulance out here. And we'll keep cameras on them until they're gone. Because frankly, I don't trust them. And I really am kicking myself now, because I'm usually pretty good about any time I'm even close to officers. I usually try to record, and that lady cop, she just kind of snuck over here all nonchalant when I wasn't paying attention, and I didn't even have time to grab my phone. But yeah, her aggression immediately turned for the worse as soon as I refused to give my last name so that they can run my information and violate my rights to be secure in my person's house's papers and effects. Made it clear that they were conducting an investigation, but did not Mirandize me, which is policy and law. Anytime anyone is subject to investigation, they are to be Mirandized so that they are aware that they have the right to remain silent. But apparently, if you try to remain silent, then that gives them a reason to throw you in handcuffs and want to beat you or shoot you. Just because you're not doing what they say, even though it's the other way around. They work for us. I have my taxes stolen from me just like everybody else does, so they work for me. And as you can see, here I am, out of handcuffs now, filming their asses, because they will be held accountable. This is my tax dollars at work. Isn't this crazy, guys? Like, here in little old Missouri, in the middle of the country, these are our tax dollars at work. Been out here for almost an hour now. We had the funds of 4 sheriff's officers, 2 unmarked SUV fireman vehicles, along with 2 ambulance vehicles out here, and they have found no one, spoken to no one, and found out anything whatsoever at this residence that they originally were trying to conduct their investigation. So, basically, our tax dollars are well wasted. And I tell you one thing, I sure as hell don't agree that we got these sheriffs with $20,000-$30,000 Dodge Charger sheriff's cars while I don't even have the money to have a vehicle of my own. Like, really? I have to pay taxes so that you can drive some sweet ass cars like that, and then pay how much more to have them fit to be sheriff's vehicles? I'm paying for this out of my tax dollars, but yet I can't even have my own nice vehicle? No, something's wrong here, people. We need to open our eyes. I understand that they stopped teaching about the Constitution in school and the Bill of Rights in school, but it doesn't mean that they don't exist. It doesn't matter how bad the government tries to slowly weed it out of society's knowledge. But the Bill of Rights is real, and the Constitution, what this great country was based on in the beginning, is real. And there's nothing that can ever change that. So, if you think that these officers have the right to do what they want and ask anyone any questions and throw them in handcuffs just because someone don't want to cooperate when we're not required to cooperate with a public servant, then I think you're probably a Nazi. You're anti-American, that's for damn sure. If you believe that that's how our officers should be able to behave. To ask for identification alone, where do you get identification? GC 638, GC 613 is the lady cop up there who violated my rights after her boys in blue gang surrounded me and tried to intimidate me like I'm some kind of sucker. And here they are, driving away, feet tucked between their legs. Nothing they can do. I'm gonna get off here, everybody. I'm gonna save my phone battery, and just in case they come back or anything else goes down, I'll start recording again. I'm gonna record some more, actually. GC 638 turned around down the road and come on back around for some reason. Alright guys, like I said, if they come back around, I'll flick the camera back on.